Hi everybody, it's Matt from Britical Saiyans here, and today I'm going to show you my Son Goku / Gogeta BR deck profile that I took to the Euros. Yay! And I did terrible. No, it was alright. So, activate main once per turn, so just in case you have no idea what this guy does, or guys, whatever. You choose one red Goku BR or Vegeta BR, you pitch it, you draw 2 cards, and then you can take a life. So if you are on 4 life, you can pitch, just draw, and then not take one if you don't want to. Depends if you want the extra card in hand from life. And then its awaken is 1/1, so you draw and get an energy. And then when he attacks, you draw a card. And then his activate battle, once per turn, you choose 1 red card from your hand, discard it. It gains 5k in double strike, and your opponent can't activate counters that cost 2 or more for the duration of the turn. For the duration of the turn is the key thing that you gotta bear in mind, guys. So that turn, so you can swing with this, and then be like, right, okay, they don't negate. It's like, awesome, right? I draw a card, do my activate battle, gain a 5k double strike, and they can't activate counters, cost 2 or more. Awesome, right? That's the first thing I've done for my turn. Right now, I'm gonna play out my cards. Okay, I'll pay for Chomp and Trickster. Well, no, you can't use Chomp and the Trickster or Gohan or anything like that because his activate battle. So, great choice for the event. I just didn't do so well, I feel, but you know, it happens. So for my extra cards and my negates options for the deck, I went with 2/2 of the After Image, and is that all you've got? So is that all you've got? You pay the 1 red, you negate the attack, you can discard a red card from your hand and choose 2 of your opponent's battle cards to get minus 15k power. And then we got After Image Technique. So this is the sparking one. 5 and a drop, take a life. It doesn't actually negate the attack, but you lead against 40k power, and then you can choose a battle card to get minus 10k. So for the fact that my deck focuses on the SR for the Gogeta line, it's just purely for that. Trying to empty your opponent's board as much as possible is the point for me in this deck. And then we got 2 Denial of Hope. So this is the pay 2 if the battle card your opponent's playing has got 20k power or less. It's placed in the drop area instead of being placed, so they don't get any of the skills. And then I went with 1 Gallic Cannon, but I do have a second Gallic Cannon in the side deck, just in case I needed to main 2. So when you play this, you know, it's a counter play. So when the battle card your opponent is... so the battle card is played... This is... It really should say... Because it says when the battle card is played, choose up to 1 of those battle cards. It gets minus 15k power for the duration of the turn. Right, so there's a lot of nuisance with this card. Right, so say if I played... I'm just going to show the next card anyway. Right, so say if I played this. So I pay 1, show that I'm going to play it. I play it. My opponent can then respond with Gallic Cannon. They can't respond to it when I'm showing, which is where I think a lot of confusion is coming in. So this comes into play, you play Gallic Cannon, you choose to target this. This goes to the drop, I do not get its auto. If I play this and I had, say, something else out that had 15k power, you could let me play this on this being played, or when it hits the board, choose my other thing, but then I still get the auto. So it's just, yeah, one of those weird things. There's so many things to do with this card in the Q&A, it's ridiculous. But it can be easily confused. It's an easy thing to mess up with. I'm not gonna lie. But I thought I'd just do a quick little demonstration to show you. But anyway, so for my 1-cost battle cards, I've gone with 4/4 on the 1-drops for the Gokus and Vegetas. So basically, when you play it, you look at the top 3, you add Vegeta or Veku. So the Goku gets a Vegeta, the Vegeta gets a Goku, but they both get a Veku BR, but the rest go to the bottom. You don't shuffle. Then for my other one drops, I gone with 2 Radits. So I decided to main deck this card purely because of blue and Sensor Beam. So that's literally it. My opponent's going to do Sensor Beam during their turn. Okay, cool. Right, Raditz popping energy. It's if you're not against blue, it's an easy side out, so it's fine. And then I've gone with Jiren Shackles at the past. So I've only got 1 of these. Otherwise, I'd probably, if I had a second one, I'd probably do this 2 in a deck. I don't think you need more than 2, but as a one-off, yes and no, but I really wanted to have it in the deck because I had access to it. So it has Barrier. Permanent, you can only have 1 in play, because my god, if you could have more of this card in play, that'd be so dumb. So his auto is when there are 10 or more battle cards in your drop area with 10,000 power. So really easily done in this deck because the majority of your deck has 10,000 power or less. I know, it can't be less, has to have 10,000 power, but that's still easily done. Still most of your deck anyway. At the start of your main phase, he gains double strike, dual attack, 25k power, and if your opponent wants to activate a counter, they have to discard 2 cards first as part of the cost. So if they can't discard 2 cards to play the counter, they can't play the counter, basically. So say if they've only got 2 cards in hand, one of them's the counter, they can't play the counter at all. So obviously when you combine that with this effect, you're turning off their counters that cost 2 or more, so then the only ones they can use are the negates. But then if you're making it so with Jiren's effect, they have to lose 2 cards from hand in order to do it, it's a lot of pressure for 1 turn. So it's a great thing for the finisher. For 2 costs, I just went with the Go 10 super combo, and your life's 4 or less. You can hit 4 life really easily in this deck because you're a self-awakened leader. You can control the life unless your opponent's being very aggressive. So hitting 4 life, easily done. That's why I chose to go with this one and not like a sparking one. Even though you can do sparking ones really easily. For the next card, I went with 2-2 line of the Preemptive Strike Goku and Preemptive Strike Vegeta. So they both have Sparking 2. When you play it, you look at the top 5 for a Gogeta BR. So they both did a Gogeta BR, but then they both just search each other. If you add a card, you got to discard a card, which is fine. The Goku has an activate main of once per turn he gains 5k. Cool, that's awesome. So he can become a 15 beta. And then the Vegeta is you can choose one of your opponent's battle cards, ignoring barrier, and it gets minus 5k. So you can kill off those little 1-drops that your opponent's going to probably combo off the board. One other thing I should probably say before I go any further. They all have an auto at the bottom here that says they can bounce back to the hand at the end of the turn. So the 1-drop, the 2... the 1-drops, the 2-drops, and even the 3-drops that I'll show you. So that's those. And then onto the 3 costs of the deck. If I can get them all. Right, so to start off with, my Vacu line, I went with 2 of the... There we go. 2 of the Fat Vacu and 2 of the Skinny Vacu. So they're both Union Fusion for free. They both have an auto where you can't play a second one for the duration of the turn, which is perfectly fine. They both have an activate main. In the case of the Skinny Vacu, when you sack him off, because you activate main, you sack it off, you can get a Goku and a Vegeta BR back from the drop to your hand. So it's really good for that, because you just basically get the 2 you pitch to get it. 2 you pitch, you can get back off his card. The same with the fat one. And then with the fragile one, the skinny one, you just choose someone to get minus 10k. And then the fat one is he can attack things in active mode. So that's his permanent, but his activate main, it doesn't do anything like the skinny one does. He literally just sacks himself off to get them back. So that's the Vecus. And then I went with a 3-3 line of the harmonics. So, just harmonics, lol, Link Joker. Sorry, that just clicked onto me, that one. Anyway, so the Vegeta is activate main, sparking 3, you put him in rest mode, you look at the top 7 for a Goku BR. So these guys can only get each other in a, well, I say the other one, so a Goku gets the Vegeta BR and so on, you know, you get my point. But this one's active main is once per turn, you choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards, ignoring Baron, he gets minus 10k, and then at the end of turn bounces back, same as the 2-drop and 1-drop. The Goku, so sparking 3, when you play it, so you can go rest this, oh look, I've seen this, cool, I play this, or do it like, or if you don't, just if you don't do the Vegeta first, you do this. So you search your Vegeta. The only difference is off the Goku, the Vegeta comes in rest, where the Vegeta doesn't bring in the Goku's rest. That's the difference. And then his activate main once per turn, he gains 10k power, so it becomes a 20k beat stick for a turn, and then bounces back. There's only one forecast card in this deck for me, well, for my version anyway. So we've got Topo, Righteous Aid. I would have liked to have more of this card, but I personally only pulled one, so didn't quite get hold of some more before the event. Probably should have tried to, but it's alright. So this is from the draft box. It's a counter attack. You choose one card in your hand, you place it in your drop area, and then you play this card from your hand. I'm pretty sure it doesn't actually negate the attack as well. I know it does. It does. So you pitch a card, you negate the attack. So your opponent swings their leader first. Do this straight away. Sorry. And then he has a permanent. If it's your opponent's turn, you can reduce the energy cost of this card in your hand by 2. So you can play it for 2 energy. So your opponent swings their leader first. It's like, okay, cool, right, I'll negate your attack, I'll play this. And then you could do it on the first attack. It's, I think it doesn't really matter what. I would say probably doing it on the first attack is the best thing anyway, because your opponent is likely going to want to swing with their leader anyway, because of his auto. If it's your opponent's turn, when you play this card, for the duration of the turn, your opponent cannot attack unless they choose 2 cards on their hand and place them in the drop area each time. So any attack your opponent wants to make, they have to lose 2 cards on their hand. So the first attack they make, you want to drop this, because then you're either going to make it so they don't swing for the rest of the turn, because they don't want to lose their hand, or they'll only swing with their leader because they want to try and gain something off their leader, whether it's just a draw or whatever, so they only end up discarding a card, technically. But still, it's an amazing card that you really should be running if you if you can. So on to the 6 cost now. So there's only one 6 cost in the deck, and that is my 4 copies of the 6-drop Gogeta. So this is the key card, well, one of the key cards of the deck. So with this one, you have to Union Fusion for paying 4. You draw 2 cards, use a Sun Goku and Vegeta BR. So drawing the 2 cards is part of the cost. Do bear that in mind. It's got a permanent where you can't play this card from any area unless your leader card is a Saiyan. Unless your card is a Saiyan card that is red and no other colour. So, yeah. Which obviously Gogeta is. And then where's the so yeah, then there's yeah, you can't be KO'd. There's another part of the tournament, and you can attack cards in active mode. So I was trying to catch myself back up to where I was. And then his auto once per turn is when he attacks a battle card, he can switch to active mode. So you can clear a card off the board, go back to active mode, which is what you really need for the next card of the deck. Which, again, I've gone with 4 of, because my version deck is purely focused on trying to have this as my win con. So this is the Fusion Onslaught. you can EX evolve. You choose 2 red cards from your hand, place them in your drop area, and it can only evolve it onto this guy. So that's why I've chosen to go with 4/4 line, because I want that consistency on it. I really want to get it off as easy as I can. Then he has double strike, which is amazing, and then he's got a permanent of this card can't be KO'd, and can attack cards in active mode. So basically you can just keep attacking cards in active mode until you clear the board if you want to. And then he doesn't have dual attack, sadly. I wish he did, but he'd be so stupid if he had dual attack as well, because they'd be like, I'll clear your board and I'll swing twice at your leader. Ha! Or swing your leader twice and then clear your board. But, so his first auto is when a card evolves into this card, if there are no battle cards in play in your opponent's battle area, choose up to 2 cards in your opponent's life and place them in the drop area, and you can't play another one for a duration of a turn. I don't know why you would choose 1. I can't personally think of a scenario where you'd want to choose 1 only, because ideally you want to swing with this when they're on 5, put them to 3, EX evolve into this, put them down to 1, and then just smack them. It's like the ideal play. So yeah, and then it burns the opponent for 2, and then obviously you can swing for double strike. The reason why I said about him just attacking at battle cards all the time is because when this card attacks a battle card, you can switch this card to active mode with his other auto. So you can even your opponent has got cards if their battle area is full or whatever, and you still EX evolve this guy. Yeah, you don't burn them for the 2, but if they don't, well, hopefully they don't swing with them. Well, they don't have access to a food because you shut them off of this, or they just don't have the energy. Just keep attacking their battle cards. Even if they negate it, it doesn't matter. You can just keep going. Which is why the card's amazing, in my opinion. Absolutely fantastic card, and I was so grateful I got one in SPR. So yeah, that's him. That's the whole win comfort deck. I wanted it to be anyway. I wish I did better. But yeah, it's alright. Then I've got 2 copies of this Super Saiyan Blue Gogeta Critical combination. This is the promo from that Nintendo Switch game. So this is another, for me, in my version of the deck, is another win condition, because it has triple strike and dual attack, which is it's fantastic. Like, that should either close out a game or deal a massive amount of damage to your opponent. But he has a permanent as well. If your leader card is a Gogeta BR, which obviously this is, you can reduce, if your life is at 2 or less, you can reduce the cost of this card in your hand by 4. So it becomes a 4-drop. That's dual attack, dual strike, if your life's at 2 or less, which is why it's another win con. So that's why that's in there. It's also 35k, so yeah, it's good. And then the last card of deck that I go with, because we pulled it, and this is a red deck, it's like, yeah, I'll put this in as another win con for the deck. So this is the 8-drop Freezer Army Reborn. It has Quad Strike, which is stupid. Like, oh look, opponent's on 4 damage, cool, swing, you didn't negate, alright, well this is swinging for 40k. Yeah, good luck. Unless you got a stupid amount of hand, but of course you just combo into it anyway. This is also the ultimate, so you can only have 1, which is fine. And then he's got a permanent. When your life is at 2 or less, you reduce the energy cost of this card in your hand by 3. So this becomes a 5-drop instead of an 8-drop. And then it's got an auto of, when you play this card, your opponent reveals their hand, you choose up to 1 card from your opponent's hand, place it in their drop area. Then choose all your opponent's battle cards, ignoring barrier. Sorry, the rest of it. So you ignore the barrier, but you choose cards with 30k power or less and KO them. So you basically wipe your opponent's board. Simple that, because it's 40k or less power, ignoring barrier, and it KOs them. So yeah, your opponent will get all the KO effects, but you kill their board. I don't think there's, because it says 40k power or less. I don't think there's any cards in existence in the game yet that has more than 40k power. I think at the max at the moment is 40k power. I don't know. I'm pretty sure there's nothing that's got 45. Oh wait, Victory Strike. Victory Strike's got 45, hasn't it? But even then, it doesn't matter. If your opponents play Victory Strike, you're dead. More than likely. let's put it like that. If you live through a Victory Strike and then play this, then they're either dead or you're going to die next turn. But, okay, so Victory Strike is the one exception to this card, but otherwise I'm pretty sure everything else dies. And it's nice to empty a card out your opponent's hand. So yeah, we'll go into the side deck now, guys. Sorry. So, for the side deck, I went with 2 Dende. So this was for those ramp matchups. So you pay 1, play it, you get to draw a card. You can pay 2, put them in the drop area and get rid of your opponent's one of your opponent's energy if they've played things like objection or they've used the 4-drop Wheeze or stuff like that. 2 Kami for any deck that's going to go wide. Personally, I didn't come across any matchup where I needed to put this in. So, it might not need to be a side deck option anymore, but I feel like it needs to stick around just in general anyway, because people play around it. Like if they're going to play out wide for the turn, they'll try to use cards off their board to combo with, or that'll be their kill turn, basically. They'll try to kill you that turn. But if you live through a turn, like against Pam, because of the way Pam builds a board, this card's amazing. But yeah, that's the thing about it. So it's, yes, keep it around, but at the same time don't, if you get what I mean. It's still good. 2 Tau. So Tau is great because it's good for those decks that are going to be discarding your hand. So it's Barrier. Permanent, if your opponent's leader card is green or yellow, you reduce the cost of this card in your hand by 1, so it becomes a 1-drop. Also, once per turn, when a card in your hand is placed in your drop area by an opponent's skill, the opponent chooses 3 costs in a hand and places them in the warp. Yeah, so it does get around Broly. I think as Broly says place, not discard, but it's, yeah. So, this was for those discard matchups, so like, I found out during the day actually that there was quite a few Lord Slug decks floating around. I didn't come across any of them, but you know, I had this anyway because I was expecting to go against some discard decks, but I just didn't. Gonna go on 2 copies of the Elder Village Guardian. So this is just your red version of all the other ones that when you combo with it, you can discard a card and then you can choose 3 battle cards from your drop area, 35k power or less. Put them to the bottom of your deck in any order, or you can choose 1 battle card in your opponent's drop area and put it to their deck and shuffle. So yeah, there's that. Then in my side I had the 2 max speed Kaioken Son Goku. I didn't actually side this in at any point during the event. I thought I would, but I just didn't. I can't actually, because obviously you saw my main deck, I can't reduce its energy cost, so I have to do the hard 3 for it. So ignoring its permanent, but its permanent means it could just be, its cost gets reduced by 1 if you got a multicolored energy. But it's when you play this card, you choose up to 1 of your opponent's battle cards. It gets minus 10,000 power for duration of turn. Then if it's your opponent's turn, you can reduce something by 5k. So when you play this during your opponent's turn, you can either minus something by 15 or target 2 different things. So yeah. Then I went with 2 Remote Serious Bomb. This card is absolutely fantastic. I think this card is going to take off a bit more. People are realizing that it's actually more crazy than maybe initially thought. I don't know. But it's just cost 1, activate main, your opponent chooses 1 card and chooses 1 of their battle cards, and senses their warp. Which, the reason why I got this card is obviously because my attempt win contra deck is Disguise Auto of burning your opponent for 2. So that was that. I really should have mained this card, at least one copy, and then sided in the second one, but I didn't. So, but I did side it in almost all of my matchups, especially against Baby. So you can try and get that Baby off the board before you try and make any plays. My next side deck card was the Final Guardian. This was again for the discard matchups. So my opponent's going to be making me discard cards. It's like, okay, right, well, I don't mind discarding Final Guardian because I can activate it from the drop. Because it's the red negate that you can activate from the drop by paying 1 and sending this card and a card from your hand completely out of the game. Then I went with 1 copy of Unending Awakening. So I chose this card because of aggro matchups. So you pay the 1 red, you negate the attack, and then you choose up to 1 red. You choose your red Saiyan leader, and he gains 5k for duration of turn. So you can make yourself 20k for the opponent's turn, just to try and stop that aggro coming in at you. And then the last card from my side deck is Gallic Cannon. So I mained 1 and sided 1. Generally, I did bring in the other one from the side, depending on the matchup. There was, I think, out of the 5 games I played, 3 of the matchups, I can't remember which ones, I actually did bring in the second one, but I can't remember what those was. I think one of them was the Baby as an attempt to try and kill off the 1 drop, or something else, I can't remember. Yeah, but yeah, anyway, so yeah, I sided the second one. But yeah, so there you go, guys. That was my Gogeta BR deck that I took to the Euros. So thank you very much for watching. Leave your thoughts in the comments below. Yes, before anybody does say in the comments below, I am aware that this deck did win. So I have seen that deck profile. Nicely done. I will give congratulations to that player for that. But yeah, so yes, I am fully aware that the Gogeta BL won. But anyway, yeah, so leave your thoughts in the comments below, guys. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.